Welcome aboard to NJ.com's live chat with the McCourty twins. They're happy enough and kind enough to join us here on this Friday night. We have Devin McCourty, we have Jason McCourty, the twins that once played at Rutgers, now both in the NFL. Devin, Jason, how are you guys tonight?
Doing good. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain coming off a win last night, so it's always good.
Of course, a big win, a good game last night. The Jets and the Patriots, of course, when those two teams play, it always seems to be a good game. So, guys, we'll talk a little football here. We'll talk about your foundation, all the stuff you guys have going on. But first, I want to start with your alma mater, Rutgers, who's now in the Big Ten and has a fairly big game coming up tomorrow afternoon against Ohio State. What are your thoughts on this Rutgers team so far this season? We'll start with you, Jason.
I'm looking forward to the biggest upset and the biggest win in school history. We're heavily favored to lose the game. I was talking to one of my former coaches at Rutgers. He's now our quarterback coach, Coach McNulty, down here in Tennessee, and we were talking about the game. I think we're 19-point underdogs, so this will be even better when we get to win on Saturday.
Yeah, I think that line went up a couple points since it was first win. I think it's over 20 now, which is really a big line. But Rutgers has played well. What have you thought about them so far, Devin? 5-1 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, I need a big win because my fellow safety, Nate Ebner, is an Ohio State alum, and me, him, Duran, and Logan all got a bet going on. So I'm trying not to have to wear this Ohio State gear in my next interview. So I'm going to need it, like Jason said, we're going to need a big upset. But I've enjoyed watching the team. You know, they've been in all, close games against good competition. So for an alumni, it's just special to watch them play in the Big Ten.
We should have beat Penn State. We had the game.
You did it. If they didn't turn the ball over so much, they would have won that game, and they'd probably be in the top 25 right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Heartbreaking.
Guys, are you surprised? You were there, and this program was on the rise with Greg Schiano as your head coach, and now it's in the Big Ten. It's amazing. I grew up in New Jersey, and I never thought Rutgers would be in the Big Ten or play a game like this against Ohio State. Are you guys surprised that Rutgers was able to make that move into a big conference?
I'm more mad that they did it after we left. I never got a chance to play in front of all the fans that they're going to play in front of down there at Ohio State this weekend, but just happy for the guys to know that it's kind of the foundation we laid and the hard work we put in, that you see them growing to move on to a bigger conference, to be playing Penn State, Michigan at home, huge games, to storm the field after winning your first Big Ten game, to be an alum and watch that. It's just a great feeling to know that your university is continuing to move forward and continue to grow.
What about you, Devin? Are you surprised, Big Ten?
No, I'm not surprised. I think, Rutgers has a lot to offer, any conference that they're in. So I was talking last night after our game. A lot of the former Patriots was there, and it was just funny because Lawyer Malloy after the game, I can't even keep up with all the different conferences now. They don't even make sense with who's in the conference, and he brought up Maryland being in the Big Ten. Of course, he didn't bring up Rutgers because we belong, but I think maybe kind of saying Maryland doesn't. But, it's just fun seeing them compete in the Big Ten, and I'm not surprised. I thought the school has been ready to try to make the jump. I thought Tim Pernetti did a great job of, being, that face in front when he was the AD of getting the school into the Big Ten.
I'm going to need a prediction for you guys for tomorrow. Do you think they're going to go into Ohio State and win? That's a really tough place to play. Ohio State putting up 50 points a game the last few games. Do you think they could pull this off tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they beat Kent State by like 50. Well, no one cared. They beat Kent State. That wasn't a big.
That doesn't count, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I got an upset. I'm thinking there's going to be a block punt or field goal in this game, and I got Rutgers by I think maybe 3 or 4 points.
So a close win. How about you, Jason?
Yeah, there's not a weekend that I don't go into college football expecting Rutgers to win, and nothing's changed this weekend. I'll guess, and I'll say somewhere we'll go with a 28-31 victory. So Gary Nova's going to have a great game along with Leonte Carew, and the offense is going to step up big.
And Nova's been playing very well. His statistics are just off the charts this year. I think New Jersey's going to be very excited if Rutgers comes home with the victory over Ohio State. Before we move on to your teams in the NFL right now, Devin, I have to ask you, you mentioned a wager before. We saw a picture earlier in the year, Tom Brady Rutgers shirt, jersey in his locker. Is that your doing?
I don't know, man. It's been rumored that I'm the top suspect, but you know, in New England, we keep a closed mouth up here. We don't talk about things that happen. But you know, I tried to warn Tom that I warned him it wasn't going to be good for Michigan. You know, I think he kind of knew. You know, he took a shot at us and said, you know, it'd really be bad if Michigan lost to Rutgers. And you know, I thought, you know, it was great walking into the building Wednesday morning and seeing a nice Rutgers T-shirt hanging in his locker.
He
That was funny. When that picture went out, I was like, wow. You know, I was wondering which one of you guys, and there's so many of you guys up there in New England. Devin, does it feel like you're back in Piscataway when you're walking to the locker room? So many Rutgers alum play for your team in New England.
Yeah, we call it Rutgers North. You know, it's been cool, and especially, you know, two of the guys are right with me in the secondary, you know, Duran and Logan, who were both there, you know, when I was a senior. And it's been cool just to see them grow as players. And then once they got here, you know, they came in so ready, you know, preparing, working hard. And I remember just seeing them before when I was there. They were just young pups trying to find a way. And it's been an honor just to play with all the Rutgers guys. And then now with Tim there, he's making a big difference on our team. So it's been pretty cool.
We're talking to Devin and Jason McCourty, the McCourty twins, formerly of Rutgers, now both in the NFL. Devin with the New England Patriots. They beat the Jets last night. Jason with the Tennessee Titans. They'll be taking on the Redskins on Sunday afternoon. I was talking to Devin just right before we started this chat. I want to get Jason and Devin's opinion on this for everyone watching. Last night, Thursday night football, and everyone has an opinion on it, whether the games haven't been great. Last night was a good one. But I'm wondering from your guys' perspective, on your bodies, does that take a toll? Jason, have you played a Thursday night game yet with the Titans?
Yeah, we played a few of them, and it definitely takes a toll. I mean, you think about it, after the first game of the season, there's not 1 week that you go into the next game 100% healthy. So there's always guys nursing injuries, banged up, and you do everything you do throughout the course of a week. Like a lot of people think you just maybe go practice and then go play, but it's kind of a whole process to get back to feeling good by Sunday. A lot of guys, whether it's multiple massages during the week, acupuncture, all types of different things to try to get your body back going. When you play a game Sunday and have to turn right back around and play a game Thursday night, it almost feels impossible at the time when you're doing it because your body's so beat up from the Sunday before. But a lot of guys adapt. A lot of coaches understand what it takes, and you'll have some walkthrough practices, and it's not the same intensity throughout the week to make sure that by the time that game time rolls around, you feel fresh and you feel ready to go.
Yeah. And you were saying, you know, it is kind of an advantage after the game, right? Because you get a few days, and then you get all next week before your next game.
Yeah, I think Jay hit it on the head. You're talking about as far as preparation. You know, studying for your opponent is like cramming for a test. You know, putting everything you do into, you know, the whole week into 2 days really. Of just a bunch of walkthroughs and just talking about everything. So, but, you know, like you said, Joe, after is pretty good. You know, now I'm sitting here on a Friday, being able to rest and then being able to rest, you know, through the weekend. And it's good, and, you know, you're really recovering from playing 2 games in 5 days. So how much true rest you get, I don't really know because your body's extra banged up. So, you know, I think our team is a veteran team that understood it. So I think now we just kind of relaxing and taking this kind of as a second bye week, you know, you could say.
Guys, one of the big questions out there when you talk to NFL players, and I saw a piece on Sports Illustrated earlier this week about Peyton Manning, Colin Kaepernick, executives were chiming in, coaches were chiming in, and which one's tougher to face, you know, a mobile quarterback or that great pocket passer. Last night, Devin, you faced a guy that has mobility in Geno Smith. I'm just wondering, just from a stylistic standpoint, you're both defensive players. What's more difficult to go into a week and prepare for? Is it that guy that has the legs and he can move and make plays on the run, or is it, you know, that classic pocket passer like your quarterback, Devin, you know, Tom Brady, who's going to pick you apart in the pocket? Who's tougher to go against, pocket or mobile guy?
I don't think you could just say which style. I think, you know, if you say, you know, would you rather play Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, or someone else, most of the time it's going to be someone else, you know.
Right.
And I think, you know, they both can be, I mean, great strategies. I mean, you watch Russell Wilson. He's a guy who sits in the pocket and he can throw the ball all over the field. And then he's even more dangerous when he escapes the pocket and he can run or throw. So it's tough, and that's the thing. In this league, you don't get a break because, I think the last 2 weeks, playing Cincinnati and Buffalo, we played quarterbacks more than often they were staying in the pocket, trying to throw the ball. And, as a defense, you're rushing, you're getting used to that, and, you know where the guy's going to be. Then you go into this game, and, we didn't get to practice, but we kept talking about, how mobile Geno was going to be compared to the last two quarterbacks we played. But, it's hard to simulate that without practicing it. So, it was tough. I thought he did a really good job of taking what the defense gave him out there, and then when it wasn't there, he just used his legs and moved around. So I think, when you do play a mobile quarterback, if you can keep him in the pocket, though, it makes it a lot easier. But, that's easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly kind of what Dev said. When you look at trying to compare playing against a Peyton Manning versus anybody, as a defensive player, it's hard to say I'm going to pick anybody over Peyton Manning. He's one
unless you have to play Tom Brady.
Yeah. Whatever, like you said.
I'm just saying.
They're both pretty good. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
And when you talk about a guy calling his plays at the line of scrimmage and doing so much to beat whatever defense you call, it's hard to say anybody's easier, or it's hard to say anybody's harder to prepare for than him. But like Dev said, they just both pose different challenges, because you may feel like it's easier to prepare for Kaepernick, but you can't prepare for a quarterback taking off when you have everybody covered when he's as fast as a wide receiver. So it's difficult, but I'd have to say I'm not taking anybody over Peyton Manning.
Jason, I know we have a lot of Giants fans who will be watching this chat. I want to get your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys. You guys already played them earlier this season. The Giants going to Dallas to play them on this Sunday coming up. Not many people thought the Cowboys would be this good before the year started. They're 5-1. I know they beat you guys earlier in the season. What did you see when you play them, especially against DeMarco Murray, their running back, who he's been outstanding so far this year?
Yeah, from a defensive standpoint, they're a very talented offensive group. I mean, we knew that going into the game. That came off a Week 1 loss to San Francisco. But when you look at the talent that they have on offense, up front, they're very good. They've spent a lot of money on draft picks and bringing different guys in. They're very talented on the offensive line. And DeMarco Murray has been able to put up some outstanding numbers so far in the season. And he fumbled the ball a few times, but he continues. I think he's had over 100 yards in every game they've played in. And when you can establish a running game like that, it's very difficult to beat a team. And when you have a guy like Dez Bryant on the outside and his ability to go get the ball, you think about whoever they face any given Sunday, their offense is going to match up great versus anybody and be able to put points on the board. So they're a very talented bunch, and it's probably going to be a really good game versus them and the Giants. And you'll have to see how the Giants adjust to life without Victor Cruz after watching him go down with that terrible injury that ended his season. So it'll be a fun game to watch between the two.
Guys, I have to ask you. I know it's a ways off. The playoffs aren't on the horizon, but down the line, maybe this season, maybe in a future season. I saw a picture recently of your mom, and she has that jersey with both of your jerseys in one. I got to ask, if there was ever an AFC Championship game with the Titans and the Patriots, who's your mom rooting for?
Go ahead, Jay. You know the answer.
I would answer it, but to be honest with you, it doesn't matter, because I'm already talking to a few people, and I'm kind of putting in the works, but I'll start it here, though. I'm trying to get Dev to Tennessee in the future, so we won't go into too many details, but, stuff's coming up. You know how the business works, and pretty soon maybe she'll just have to have one jersey and she won't need the split jersey. So I'll just leave it at that for who'll win the game.
So you're a part of the front office now.
I'm trying to wear as many hats as I can.
Some players play offense and defense. We have Jason here being in the front office and on the field at the same time. That one, that's a first, guys. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about, I was on your app yesterday. I know you guys have a foundation here, so let's talk a little about that and the stuff you guys are doing off the field.
Yeah, I'll start. Since you said the app first, we'll start with that. But a really, really cool idea. Anybody that wants to check it out, you just go to your app store, whether it's on Android or Apple, and just type in McCourty Twins. It'll pop up. It's called the McCourty Twins Interception Challenge. And I actually play it before every game, just kind of to relax and take my mind off the pressure and all of that. I'll just get a quick game in to see if I can beat my high score. My wife is still trying to beat my high score. I don't even think Dev's close, but It's a fun game. You just go on. It's kind of addicting once you start playing it and get used to how it works and jumping for interceptions. And you can either start with me or start with Devin. When you're able to get 3 interceptions in a row, you get both of us on there and trying to pick off as many passes as you can. So just like real life, I'm better in the game than Dev is. So, you know, the way that is.
I was actually playing it yesterday at work, Jason. I was telling everyone I was preparing for the interview, but I was just playing around. It was a cool app.
Smart man. Smart man.
And you're definitely not better than me. I'm sure if we record how many interceptions in the game, I have even more in the game, just like in real life. So.
That's a good comeback. But moving right along from your comeback, we'll get into the charity work that we've been able to do with our Tackle Sickle Cell initiative that we started. We partnered with Embrace Kids right in New Jersey. We've been able to. This will be our 3rd year running, being able to do it. But we've been able to start. We've had 2 annual 5K walks/runs. Last year we had our first casino night in February in New Jersey, and we've been able to do 2 years of blood drives in New Jersey. Kind of the center was Robert Wood Johnson Hospital right in the Rutgers area. So the sickle cell disease has been something that's been kind of close to us in our family. We have an aunt and uncle who both have the disease, and our father possessed the trait. So for us, it was huge to just be able to give back and get involved with something that was near and dear to us. And we've continued to grow. We're actually branching out this year. Dev is having his first casino night in Boston. That's this coming Monday, I believe, October 27th, if I'm not mistaken, going on in Boston. And we're working on an event to bring to Nashville this year as well. So it's continuing to grow, and it's been an outstanding and amazing thing. We've been able to just get going and get started.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, next Monday at the Brahmin restaurant in Boston, I have a bunch of my teammates there to just come out and support it. And I think everyone likes coming out and gambling, especially when it's for a good cause, and all your money will go to some great proceeds. And you know, in Boston, it's been special. I got to go to Boston Children's Hospital, and I've met with the doctors. They've taken me into the lab to show me different advancements they've had with sickle cell and with the cure, and also you know, forming a relationship with a program called the Next Step program, who is a mentoring program. Who they actually have their own mentoring session where they mentor kids with sickle cell, and they do their homework. They'll have fun. They'll get to hang out, and I've been a part of that. I participated in their 3-on-3 basketball challenge last off season, so that was fun over at Harvard. So it's been a great initiative, and it's been fun. We gotten to meet a lot of people. You know, a kid Savon in New Jersey, we've been able to be a part of his life, him and his mom, and then another guy named Brunel out here in Boston I've formed a pretty good relationship with, and it's just been a humbling experience.
It certainly sounds like it. It sounds like both great causes, and I am happy here to make sure everyone gets to know about them, and we'll definitely pipe them up on the website and make sure everyone knows what you guys have going on as it gets closer and closer. Guys, we appreciate a few minutes here, and so to recap this, we have a Rutgers win by both of you tomorrow. Jason's part of the front office there now in Tennessee, and of course you got the app and you got all of your great charity work going on. And Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are both really good quarterbacks. We established all that tonight. Guys, we appreciate a few minutes. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching on NJ.com.